Welcome to another movie. So again, this will be another movie about the 3D printer. So as you may know or you may not know, I have a 3D printer. I also design my files. If I need some parts, something, I just design and print it. And I'm now printing a Hexapod, so it's a very big project for me. It's not on the bigger servers, it's on the smaller servers. But after printing some files, some parts, the legs, I started to have a problem. So this was I think the first part where I started to have problem, or maybe this one. I don't know if you can see that, but in here you can see that the first layer started to have a problem. I did know that the printer rubbed on the surface, but it was still printing, but it was starting to have a major problems with the first layer. So as you may see, here's another one. Here is the top is not so bad, and here is a disaster. So I started to I stopped the printing, suspended the project, and started to think what happened. And I did put a Selica gel in the container that I stored the filament, and to container where is the filament that printer is currently used. And this filament was about 30 up to 50% of humidity, the moisture. So that was the first thing that I believe fixed my problem. And I of course I did not test it after just drying my filament, but I also wanted to take out the nozzle. So I of course used the popular 0.4 millimeter nozzle. It's a universal one, it's not a branded nothing, it's just a brass nozzle. And I took it off. I wanted to clean it. But I remember that I did see a movie about the wear out of nozzles, and I did check it. So after taking the nozzle out, I did take my magnifying glasses that I have with about, I think, 50 magnifying, and I did see this. So as you can see, the hole it's completely damaged. So this nozzle have about, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years that I have my printer. So the nozzle just died. And here is a nozzle, a new one. I take it out from the new printer that is still not finished, and this nozzle have a hole like this. As you can see, the hole is completely perfect. Of course, those are cheap nozzles, but this one doesn't make so much problem. And okay, so let me show you what's the difference. First, I printed a 2-layer test cube. Let me focus on it and check this out. It's just perfect. It's 0.18 if I remember, should be 0.2, or probably it's 0.19. It's very, very close to perfect, so I did leave it. I raised the nozzle a little up because the first layer was 0.1 and should be 0.2. Now it's set up, and the dimensions, everything is just perfect. So That's the first so good print, I think, from many years, and I started to print more parts. So I will show the compare, because you will say that it was a filament problem. No, I also did print it on the black one. Here is a last print probably, or maybe this is the last print on the old nozzle, and it's looking like this. And here is a compare. I know you may not see it good on camera, but you'll see the difference. It's flat. You hardly see all the lines in here because it's completely solid block. Of course, I still have some shadows from the holes. I still did not fix that, but as you can see, it's completely perfect. Another example is the, oh sorry, I hit the camera. It's the supports, and the same thing. It's just perfect first layer, perfect print, no problems. Well, the supports fall off, but that's mostly a standard on so small supports. Another one is the cover. Cover was not so bad, but I did print a new one. You can see there are still some supports because I did not take it out. So another one, let me take it out, is this one. Let me set it like the second one. That's the difference. The edge is just perfect, no falling down, no anything. Another one is the top, and you can see there are still supports, and the supports are really well printed. No, they did not stay on the bed, they did stay on the print, and the first layer is great. So after that I printed, maybe this will be a little show off, but this is the front head from this Hexapod. That guy did not, let me say like this, don't care about that project. The project died, the code is not finished. I needed to work on that code a little bit, and I still don't have the Hexapod finished. Also the files, like the legs, needed to have many fixes because that files were damaged, crashed, and all of that. And now a little bit show off. So I did not like this front. I printed it, but I did not like it, so I designed my. Check this out. Here is a head that I did print. So it's 0.2 layers, so you cannot see the mouth with the teeth, but check this out. So it's the first organic design that I did make. I never make a stuff like that. I'm making stuff like this maybe, so this is some simple, and this is the first one I made like this, and it looks really great. So here is the compare. Look how well this look. I am not able to make a design like this, so it's a respect to that guy, because I'm not able to make something like this, just like this, but I was able to design something like this. So of course also a cover, simple, nothing too complicated, bit tight, but I can still use the file to fix that. And that's also always when you have a clogged nozzle, a choke, or how you call it, always check the hole on the outside, because I did find out that my nozzle just died. It was a disaster. Also, I suggest to use that Selica gel and have a closed container to keep the filament dry. So in this moment, as you can see, the prints are really really great. It's a 0.2 layer, so that can be seen outside. Of course, the printer is not a Creality or something like that. It's a self-made printer, so some of the prints may not look so perfect. Also, the second printer is also DI, so we will see how that will look. I have 4 holes because I will have LEDs inside. The second one have so giant holes that I did not have any idea what should be inside. On this one I have a 3mm, 5, 5 and 3 that will be also connected to the receiver from the PS2. And so that's all for now. So again, when you take out the nozzle, just check it if it's still working. So I did order a nozzles from Creality. I will see how they will work, and I think that will work much better than this ones. But so far this one worked for me. It's like I say, about 2 maybe 3 years of using, so it is time to replace a nozzle. And this one is from new hot end, but that printer is still waiting for some some parts, and I will still print parts on this printer for the second one, and just finish that project, because that printer also waits for now about 1 year from when I did started. I just didn't have any time to design more files. So that's all for now, and see you in next movie.